Bonjour.
Bonjour.
This is your race to win.
Yeah, that's the plan. Best time here. Really enjoying it so far. It's very beautiful. Yeah. Now we've been super lucky. The weather's been really nice the last couple days, and yeah, great place for training. Everyone's really friendly. Humidity here is like surprising. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, like finally we get to sweat.
It was so good. We like drinking all that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a really nice surprise. So I feel like the conditions are in my favor, although it is predicted to rain on race day. So it'll be a bit different for everybody in that case.
Do you like the rain?
Yeah, I mean, it cools everything down a bit. I don't mind. Like it makes it a bit more of a technical day on the bike, which for me, I think plays into my favor because I feel like I know how to handle my bike pretty well.
So we're about 2 weeks removed from Boulder, 70.3. Now that we're mid-season with the Pro Series and the standings and everything, what are your thoughts? Do you think this race will bump you up?
Yeah, I mean, I think if I have a really good day here on Sunday, I can move myself into, we worked out around 8th. So not having done any full distance, I think that's pretty good. I know I can't win the series without a full, and it would be a big ask to go top 5, but if I can sneak into that top 10 overall at the end of the year, then I'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, so today you get to see Bambi take its first steps. I've done 4 runs total in the last 6 weeks. And this will be my first run on pavement. So, recovery after Ironman Texas went fine, but then in the lead up to Chattanooga 70.3, about a week before the race, I started to have some pain in my lower left leg. It wouldn't go away, massage didn't help, nothing would really help, and so 7 days before Chattanooga, I was like, okay, this is not right, and then got an MRI, an X-ray and an MRI, and it shows out that I have a stress reaction, which is a precursor to a stress fracture, and so it means that the recovery time is much quicker. But you also have to be careful because if you push it too hard, it can very easily become a stress fracture. And so the fact that I listened to my body meant that I probably saved myself 4 to 6 weeks of no running, and that potentially saved my season. Race day will be a little bit of a grab bag on the run in terms of I haven't run very much, and it's also been almost 2 years since I did an actual 70.3.
So you consider this short course?
This is basically a sprint. So, yeah, it's I know it'll be a really hard race and that it will be really challenging, but also at the same time, it's so much shorter than a full distance Ironman. So it's just mentally, it's just interesting to think of oh, the bike's only 2 hours. The run's only 1 hour and 15 minutes to 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, I don't know, that makes it nicer, I guess, but it'll obviously be challenging the whole time. So I don't know if I'll necessarily be saying it's only 2 hours during the race.
You're no stranger to this course. We're back again.
Yeah.
How are you feeling coming into this one?
Yeah, pretty good. It's nice to have a race in Canada, and this is an area that's pretty familiar. Looking to enjoy it, hoping that weather doesn't get in the way on the day, and glad that it seems like the heat is going to die down because it is a bit of a brutal course in the heat, but that affects everyone, so it is what it is.
Do you prefer the heat or the cold?
I prefer the cold, but I try to tell myself that I don't have strong preferences so that I can just sort of adapt. I think prep has been good. Like my training's been good all year. Just trying to keep my mindset kind of low key and enjoy the experience, and I think things should be set up well. Trying to stay as calm as possible and really focus on the enjoyment. I think I go wrong when I start to worry too much about the outcome of the race and kind of tense up around that. And sometimes I almost like I'll schedule times to be nervous to try to like prevent myself from just spending a week being nervous. So I'll be like, okay, Friday morning at 10 a.m. I can be nervous for 30 minutes and then I need to focus on something else.
The field is pretty stacked. How does that play into your tactics?
I think it doesn't change the mindset very much, but I think it just really underscores wanting to try to get out of the water with a good group and do my best to stick with people on the bike, or if I can try to stay close on the bike, then I have a good shot with my run. And on days where I'm having a bit more trouble on the bike, they'll open up bigger gaps and I have to work really, really hard on that run. So I think it's exciting when in 2022, like it always gets a good field here, but not such a high caliber field in the past few years. So I think it'll be really exciting to have so many top athletes coming to this race.
If the race was today, would you be excited? Would you be ready?
Talbot and I keep having this conversation. I would love to do a race where they give us like a 24-hour window and they're like, at any point we're going to give you 1 hour heads up and you got to be on the start line. I would enjoy that. But I've already trained 4 hours today, so if we had to race right now, I could. It wouldn't be my best, but I think I could put up a okay 70.3. Fortunately, the race is not today. Well, this morning, had you asked me that question, I would have said yes, 100%.
And you'd say this is your favorite course. Can you kind of tell us about Mont Tremblant?
I think if we look at my Ironmans and double the times, I think I've done the course like 11 times or something in races. So I know the course very well. If I make a wrong turn on this one, then there's something really wrong. I love this course. I love this community. Every time I come here, I'm like, I live in Tucson now, but I'm like, I can move here. I could live here. I don't know about in the winter. I've never been here in the winter. That's why I moved there anyway. After Oceanside, I was maybe a bit too ambitious, and I started feeling something really bad in my back, and I trained through it, and then I was icing it on the couch, and I moved, and I heard it pop, and it was my rib breaking. I was basically 4 weeks completely off of swimming. But so actually what that did for me though, and I think it was a blessing in disguise, one thing being I started listening to my body a lot more. I would say my new mantra is, do I really need a power meter to tell me how I feel? Do I really need a GPS watch to tell me how I feel? I know how I feel. Those things can provide insight into what I should do today. If perhaps I feel horrible and my heart rate is really high, then maybe I can make a better decision on the day. But you could have made that decision just based on how you feel, if you feel horrible. So that is something that I will carry with me till the end now, for certain. And that is one of the blessings of an injury.